Hello, so here's another example of a problem applying Coulomb's law. So before we start, we have to remember this equation and this constant. So electric force, Fe, is equal to K, which is a constant, times the absolute value of Q1 times Q2 over R squared, or the distance. So in this problem, I have here 4-point charges found at the corner of a rectangle. So this is a rectangle that with a length of 6 meters long and with a width of 4 meters long. And its charges are QA is equal to QB is equal to QC is equal to positive 4.13 times 10 to the power of negative 3C. So A is positive, B is positive, C is positive. We also have here that QD is equal to negative 4.13 times 10 to the power of negative 3C. So negative CD. Now, what it's asking for is FR on A. So we will focus on A. So our first step would be knowing which direction are the forces to A are going to. So remember that same charges repel and opposites attract. So since B to A, so positive to positive, meaning mo repel or push. So i-push ni B si A. Iya i-push, so A will go to the left. So mo left si A. Then si C, since positive and positive man gihapon, i-push niya si A. So A would go upwards. Then si D, since negative and positive man, attract. So i-pull ni D si A. So patakilid sa iyaha. Okay, there we have it. So push niya si A to the left si B. C pushes A upwards. And D pulls A like south of east. So ato na i-isolate here si A, ang iyang mga directions. B pushes A to the left. C pushes A upwards. And D pulls A south of east. Something like that. That's the diagram. Let's show it on table. So FB on A, left. Or let's say west. Diba west. Then FC on A, that's up or north. Now we know si A kay padung siya southeast. But then, what's the angle man? We really need to know the angle if dili siya straight. So how do we look for the angle of FD on A? So what we will do, we will use the concept of SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. Now let's go back to our diagram. What we're trying to look for here is the angle. This angle, south of east. It's the same as this one. Broken lines. Then this angle. This angle right here. If we look back to this, okay, diba we have 6 meters, and then since the same na sila, 4 meters. For us to find the angle here, we can use SOHCAHTOA. Now what do we have here? Diba we have an opposite, if we base it on the angle, we have opposite and adjacent. we're trying to look for an angle. And what we have is opposite and adjacent. Now, where does that belong in the SOHCAHTOA? Diba, if SO kay opposite hypotenuse, sine. If cosine kay adjacent and hypotenuse, tan kay opposite and adjacent. Opposite and adjacent, therefore, tan ni diri. Then, substitute. Tan theta is equal to opposite angle, opposite 4. Adjacent angle 6. So 6. Isolate angle because that's what we're looking for. Tan -1 4 over 6. Then we will get a value of, so tan -1 4 over 6. We will get a value of, there, tan -1 4 over 6. We will get a value of 33.69 degrees. So here, FD on A, that would be 33.69 degrees. Look here, that is south of east. South of east. Now, after we have identified their directions, okay, we can then start solving for the electric force of each charges to A. So, let's start with the force exerted by B on A. Go back to this formula, Fe. So this one, force of B on A is equal to K. K is 9 times 10 to the power of 9. 9 times 10 to the power of 9. Then, absolute value of the charges A and B. So, A and B the charge is 4.13 times 10 to the power -3C. So, absolute value of positive 4.13 times 10 to the power of -3. Then 4.13 times 10 to the power of -3. Absolute value all over R, which is the distance. So distance of B to A is 6 meters. So here, 6 squared. So if we plug all of that in the calculator, you will get 9 times 10 to the power of 9 times 4.13 times 10 to the power of -3 times 4.13 times 10 to the power of -3 all over 6 squared. We will get an answer of 4,264.23 newtons. So that's the force of B on A. Now next we will look for the force of C on A. So still the same, use this formula. K is 9 times 10 to the power of 9, then absolute value of the charges. Since A and C are also the same, that's 4.13 positive. Positive 4.13 times 10 to the power of negative 3. Since the same naman si A o C, I'll just use squared. Or you can do the longer one. It's just the same. Then, unsay distance ni C and A. Distance of C to A is 4 meters. So, here, that would be 4 squared. Then, if we put that in the calculator, 9 times 10 to the power of 9 times 4.13 times 10 to the power of negative 3 squared over 4 squared, we will get a value of 9,594.51 N. So this is the force of C on A. So before I look for the force of D on A, let's write it down on paper first. The values of FB on A and FC on A. Okay, I will erase the glass. So FB on A is 4264.23. FB on A is equal to 4264.23 N. And FC on A is equal to 9594. 9594.51 N. 0.51 N. Now let's try solving for force of D on A. So balik ta. FD on A is equal to K. K is 9 times 10 to the power of 9. Then, charges nila. So, D is negative 4.13. Absolute. Negative 4.13 times 10 to the power of negative 3. Then, A is 4.3. Positive 4.13 times 10 to the power of negative 3. Absolute value. So even if positive and negative, if you multiply that, kay diba supposedly negative man na. But since absolute value, positive siya. Then all over r squared man, diba? Yeah, r squared is the distance. But in this diagram, we don't know the distance of D to A. So how do we look for that? So we can look for this using the Pythagorean theorem. Why? Diba, since this is 45 degrees, 90 degrees, this is a right triangle. Then we have two sides, which means A and B, and we can look for C. So Pythagorean theorem, that's C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. And C is equal to square root of A squared plus B squared. In this case, C will be R. So we can just change that. C to R. So R is equal to square root of A squared. Let's say 6 squared plus 4 squared. R is equal to square root of 6 squared plus 4 squared. The answer is 7.21. 7.21 meters. So then, we can put it here. So R here then is 7.21 squared. And if we solve that in the calculator, we will get 9 times 10 to the power of 9 times 4.13 times 10 to the power of negative 3. Ako na lang i-disregard ang mga signs kay absolute value raman siya. Times 4.13 times 10 to the power of negative 3 all over 7.21 squared. You will get an answer of 2953.06 N. So that is the force of D on A. Now, putting that value here, F D on A is equal to 2953.06 N. Then, we look for the resultant force. So, the overall force on A, and where is it going? So, we will solve the resultant force using the component method. So, how does it go? Here. So, for us to find the resultant force, we have to fill in this table. Forces, X, and Y. This is the component method. So, the forces are these three. So, 4264.23 N. Then, 9594.51 N, and 2953.06 N. Then in component method, we also have to take into consideration the directions. So FB on A, which is this one, 4264, it's going left or west. Then FC on A, it's up or north. So north. Then FD on A, that's 33.69 degrees south of east. So then here, since it's only going west, all of the forces is here under X. 4264.23 N. Then it has no Y. Okay, west rabi siya padong. Kani si 9594.51 kay north siya padong. So wala siya horizontal direction, vertical ra. So that would be 9594.51. Then CD, since naman siya south o east, then we have to use cos and sine. Now, which one will be for cos, which one will be for sine? If our angle gani, it's resting with the horizontal, nagtupad siya sa horizontal, and dili siya here with the vertical. Kay ang cos nimo Okay, for x, niya sine for y. So let's try to do that. 2953.06 cos, then the angle, 33.69. Your x is 2457. 2457.10. And then for y, sine lang. That would be 1638.06 n. Then, diba, I forgot west man siya, meaning negative. North, positive. South of east. So, east, kay x mani, positive. Then, south, negative. Then, we solve for the total F, the force of x, and then the total force of y. So, just add both. So, that is negative 4264.23 plus 2457.10. So we get a value of negative 1807.13 n. This is fx. Then for fy, that would be 9594.51 minus 1638.06. So that would be positive 7956.45. Meaning that fx is equal to 1807.13 n, since negative man siya, west siya padung, and then fy is 7956.45 n north. What does this mean? Meaning, ang result aning forces tanan ni A kay padung siya dito sa northwest. So if you add all of the forces na gipang direct ni A kay diri padung si A, but unsay ang angle padung dito? How do we look for that? We can look for that using again the concept sa sokatowa. So if we look back here, how do we look for it? So we can look for the angle by using, diba, namte fx going west. Yeah, ang fy, it's going north. If we break down this diagonal, kinani siya fy ug fx. And then we're trying to look for the angle here. Then kani siya, it's parallel here, so mo draw ko line ug line here, same as this one. So this one is fy, this one is fx. Yeah, di ba na naman values ni fy ug fx? That is, if kani ang angle, opposite and adjacent. So magtan na sad ta. Tan theta, opposite, adjacent. Then tan theta. Yung opposite is fy. Fy. Yung adjacent kay fx. Fx. Then isolate theta and negative 1. And say value ni fy here. 7956.45 n. Then si fx kay 1807.13 n. Then if you put that in, that is tan 7956.45 over 1807.13. Our angle is 77.20 degrees. So then, ang angle di ay aning FR, which has a value of, which we did not yet solve. Okay, ang angle sa kay 77.20 degrees. Then, iyahang resultant force, kay we can look for that using the Pythagorean theorem. So, FR is equal to, is equal to the sides niya. Okay, again, this is a right triangle. So, square root of fx squared plus fy squared. So, FR is equal to square root of fx is 1807.13. 1807.13 squared plus fy 7956.45. 7956.45 squared. F R is equal to square root of 1807.13 squared plus 7956.45 squared. You will get an answer of 8159.09 n, and it's going 77.20 degrees north of west. But you can skip this process kaning looking for the angle if sir does not ask for the angle, or if the problem does not ask for the angle. But if it does, then that was the process using SOHCAHTOA. So that's it for Coulomb's law and for this problem. Looking for FR on A and its angle. If you want more examples, you can check the other videos posted in this account. Thank you.